Okay, so what's going on? Well, there's a grandma's tree, but we still got some issues with leaf cutter ants. And, I keep trying to put some different baits. The one I use, it can be absorbed by the roots, therefore it's systemic, and we'll treat them that way. The leaf cutter ants have been attacking. Sorry, here we go. Okay, maybe not. Thought I was going to sneeze. A lot of different plants, it's like they hit a bunch of different things at a time just to see what's good and not. So they've gone after some roses. We've fertilized them. Here's the oak tree that we... Yeah, you're on a bike. You're riding... Okay, so they decided that they needed to have a different bike because everybody's getting bigger, and so they pulled mine out of the garage that I haven't ridden, honestly, in probably 20 years, and it needs new tires, and so we bought all that stuff, and then they just filled up the tires. There we go. I knew I was going to sneeze. Anyway, so here is, of course now I'm going to forget what this is, but this one's a red, the tree over there was a red bud. This is, I'll forget and I'll remember now a little bit. But these were planted, they're both red, and I decided to plant the, because I've got this box ready on the one side of this arch, I decided to plant the hardy kiwi on it because it needs an arch. This side is getting close to the point where I can reach over with these two vines and kind of get them attached here and get them to wrap around, but they're just not quite long enough. They're almost. This one, I've got another one over here at this end, and this one they've already reached and grabbed a hold. So I've got one of them over here that's going out that way. I'll get it out at the end over here. Whoops, not pointing good. But I've got two of them that are trellising up already. So they're both a good 1.5 feet. So I don't have a box on the other side yet because, wait, we've been doing 500 other things. So the persimmon tree over here, I've got two elderberry bushes underneath it that are growing great. We've up-potted them quite a few times. Crepe myrtle. I told you I'd remember what that was. Sorry, that was a quick turn and get back there. So they're both red crepe myrtle. This one's not blooming yet. Well, it's getting close to. So that was that quick. I've got a bunch of things that still need to be planted. These are a bunch of lantanas, some strawberries, and look, a cherry tomato plant in there. Strawberry plants. Strawberries in this low grow bed. Not cutting it for me. So I'm going to have to move them and do something different. Biggest problem is because of the size of the bed, it's just a little bit too hard to get in there. And I know they grow strawberries in the ground, on the ground, and I've just had some weird either rot on the strawberries that have grown. And no, I haven't really tried to get strawberries at them this year, but we had a few of them. Everybody's got to eat a couple of them. But I think I might move them and put them in the big metal trough and put some ground cover underneath it, the black stuff that's permeable so that water goes through, but then weeds don't come up, and just keep it on something different. But we'll try that and see it out. Here we have our passion fruit vines. 3 on this side. They're not quite big enough and not showing any sign of vining out yet, but they're getting big. And the chickens, looks like they may have tried to attack this one right here. Something has, but that's about it. Otherwise, they're doing great. So got 6, 3 on each side. They're doing good. Tomato plants are insane. Did find a hornworm. They're looking a little curled right now because they probably need some water. So right now, that's my job of the day. So I'm out here watering and doing what I can. So right now the beets are getting watered. Probably need to go move the water. But there's our pink guava. Another bucket of lantanas. These are purple lantanas, and can anybody guess what that is? I think that's a basil. But they're growing great. So in with the tomatoes, I have cucumbers. I have yet to see an actual cucumber, but they shouldn't be very far away because I've got tons and tons of blooms. There's a couple of tomatoes hiding in here, here and there, and everywhere. So we should get a tomato pretty soon. Peach tree's doing pretty good. I need to reach in and get some more of my compost tea, dilute it out a little bit, add it to some of the plants. Let's see, what's the problem here with the asparagus patch? Nothing anymore. The chickens have decided that they want to eat all the beet plants. So the big, long, what used to be the water trough that we had stuff growing in, chickens destroyed it. Ate all the beet plants, ate all the carrot plants. Beets and carrots that were there, still fighting, still trying. But it's very disappointing looking. So we've had to put chicken wire down around the bottom. I raised this grid up. The point of this is because these asparagus plants get to be, this one's probably 5 feet tall, or 4.5 feet tall because I got a foot out of the ground because it's a grow box. But they grow pretty tall and the wind blows them over. And I was tired of having the fronds laying in, I guess that's what it is called, laying in the dirt. So now that this has had spinach in it and stuff, so it's all bolted, gone to seed. So I pulled it all, and now I'm trying to put all kinds of grass and the leaves from the beets that I've broken off or pulled out and get them in here so that we can provide a little bit more of some mulch that goes down in here and get things to decompose and get growing. But there we go. So I get the water set up in there on that grid. The point is for having this grid is to keep it so they stand straighter up. I can move them up higher. I probably will, but then my screen isn't long enough, so I might not. It's just the crazy fun of it all. So potatoes are doing great. This bucket's now full of dirt, and the plants are easily a foot out of the top of it. This bucket's full of dirt, and the plants are easily 2 feet out of the top of it, and they're sprouting and coming good. This one again is full of dirt, and it's easily a foot tall out of that bucket. This one's a little bit slower, but he's getting close. We'll fill that one up the rest of the way. Gonna spin around real quick or slowly. Here is some squash. There's crooked-necked squash, regular or yellow squash. It's not crooked. There's the regular zucchini and a gray zucchini. They're all doing great. We did 2 beds of those. So if I slowly walk over here and not make you motion sickness, there's a whole nother bed over here. These are all seem to be doing a little bit better for some reason, but they're the same. They are doing great. See what? Oh, here's our bean tent. So the pole beans are going up tall around the outsides, and they even go taller. There's an 8-foot pole in the center. They've just got some baling twine and stuff like that that they are growing up on. So I've grabbed a couple strings in here and tied them around. So they're just growing up big. A couple different varieties in here. I've been eating, or we've been eating some of the bush beans that were down small and in the center. They're getting a little bit of shade right now, but they don't seem to be hurting any of them. This one variety of long bean is going insane. Haven't picked a whole lot of those yet, but some of them look like they could be picked. They're easily 1.5 feet, 18 inches long. Or what would that be? Probably 50 centimeters. And like I said, I've got a bunch of bush beans that are down in there. They're purple. See that one in there? Yep. So I reach in and grab 2 or 3 of them, or 4 or 5 every day. they're all over in there. So I'm waiting for the pole beans to start producing, and the only ones that have are these crazy long ones. They have a flower that I don't think it's in bloom right now, but they shoot out. I know I've seen all kinds of flowering on these others, but just yet not a whole lot of beans yet. So we'll just watch and see what goes on. I've got watermelon and cantaloupe, or muskmelon at the base of these plants. So these I'm going to just let run around here on the ground. And these I know are the good kind. We're starting to make as what Prep Stetter Bob calls it, a bramble trellis. We got 3 poles in the ground, and we'll fix some layers. And all of our blackberries. So that one's a blackberry. Those are gooseberries. This one's a red raspberry. This is another thornless blackberry. This one I don't remember what it is right now. There's tagged somewhere hiding in there. And I got another one that I need to move over here as well. So we've got those. Another pink guava. And let's see what else is growing great and crazy. Here is the purple sweet potato. That's one pot right there, and all those branches, or all those leaves are coming out of that one pot. Here's the second pot. It's so far behind that the leaves from the other one are kind of growing out in its territory. So this one's a more recent plant in, and it's getting filled up. We're getting close to filling it to the top, but it's shooting out growth out this side. And the orange sweet potatoes. I just laid one of them down in the ground here and it started growing. The other one that I tried to grow inside the house wasn't working too well. I could tell there was a couple buds, so I just got tired of it. Brought it out here, laid it down on the side of the ground, and just kept watering it. And lo and behold, we got it growing. So I've got 2 different varieties of orange sweet potato. I have no clue what they are because I bought one of them at the grocery store that I normally go to. And this one I bought it at a one of those frou-frou grocery stores. They were both organic, so I knew they didn't have any spray on them, and I knew they'd sprout and grow. But I have 2 different varieties, and I don't know what kind they are. This one here on my hand, I'm walking around with it because I asked somebody to bring it to me. I'm going to up-pot it and give it to somebody this week. But it's one of the purple sweet potatoes. And it's just been in the house, and so it's, you could say, probably a little stunted, but that's okay. Like I said, these are our squash, the cucumbers, and tomato plant. As you can see, there's yellow flowers all over in there. Hopefully we'll get stuff that's setting and get some fruit before too long. There are tomatoes throughout here. I did get a hornworm that was attacking some of the tomatoes. You can see we've got some loss of leaves and stuff, but I found him and I got him off, and I haven't seen a whole lot more happening. There's a little bit of damage here and there, but I keep watching and nothing's getting stripped off. But that's the let's go over here real quick and show you what's going on over in the lettuce or salad garden. Got some more beets that were along the edge. I did an update and showed that I had to put chicken wire around the edge to stop the chickens from eating all my beets and my small leaves around the edge, but everything's starting to grow back a little bit. It's pretty dry right now. I got to get it out and water it, and we're running out of daylight today, so we'll get what water we can water, and then, you know, either that or I'll be out early tomorrow to do it. Nice thing about, you know, working from home is I got to do some training, and some of that's online video, so I can hold my phone and watch a video while I'm spraying water all over the garden too. So we did plant one of the other watermelons over here, and this is another variety of squash that we didn't have in the other one, and everything's just doing pretty good. So quick update, I know things are kind of crazy. It's not too messy. Yeah, it is. Everything's a mess in my garden. Trying to get sand and stuff mixed up so I can get these garden beds put in. I just cut back all the weeds. They're still in the ground, but I cut them off under the ground with my neat little hoe and have that ready to go. I'm going to get the big saw out and chop them off because my battery powered cutting at a 45-degree angle was just not cutting it. So I've got that, so then I can get 3 more garden boxes made, and then we'll have everything set up for the 3 arches that we have right now. Probably going to take some other varieties of trellising bean or something and just get them in here for now. Because, hey, we need an arch with leaves on it. So let me step back. Like I said, I know I've got some buckets of things and showing, but this whole area over here was pretty much just sand. So now you can see all the different beds and stuff going on in here. So yeah, I do have my tools up against the fence, and the children decided they're going for their bike ride, so they're going to ride down the driveway that's right in front of you, but that's why you're not seeing them. So yeah, I got all my tools sitting out here. I know I don't have them where they should be yet, but I've got to clean out this closet over here. Here's all the extra buckets and planting things. I gotta get that box thrown in the trash. But there's a closet right there that I'm going to keep a bunch of tools in. It's where the water heater is, but you know, everything's going great. And like I said, you know, just coming one day at a time, slowly getting things working and getting them taken care of. So we've got, what do we say, 6, 7, 8 grow beds out here. Oops, you saw a child hiding over there. Now he's hiding behind the beans, so you can't see him. So 8 grow beds over here, big ones. Really, they're pretty good size. It's hard to weed in them when you're weed in them when you're reaching through the fence. I can do it. I can get to the center, but it makes it rough for one of the kids to do it. I also have my dirt mixture right there. I've got to plant that one, up-pot that plant. But I do have my tools that I can reach over the fence with and reach down inside and weed with. So it really makes it very easy to. And this one's a push me, pull me. You go both directions. It cuts the roots off underground. So that's what happens with those. And no, I'm not sponsored by that tool brand, so don't even ask. I have to pay for everything around here, guys. I'm not that popular of a channel. Yeah, right. Anyway, guys, hope you like your quick update. It's about middle of June. It's 14th, not quite the 15th, but we did save a bunch of our peach trees. I was saying I was worried that they weren't going to come back, and this one's done well. Trying to get them some of that compost tea on it every once in a while. This one over here, I got my fire that I had built a little bit too close to it, but it's doing good. There lots of new growth up at the ends where I was concerned, but I really wasn't that concerned because they're growing good. The one that was half cut off, I need to get over there and stake that peach tree up, get it going straight again. Then we've got this new one, and oh yeah, I got another new one back over there under the tree. So that's what we got going on. I know it looks crazy. Here's a tree that I burned to get the stump out because it was dead. It didn't burn all the way out, so I'm probably going to throw some charcoal or something around there, or dry wood again, and get it started again, just a little fire. Get that to burn up, so then I can fill it in. Got another persimmon tree right here, and that's my next project that goes in the hole right down there where they are. Oh yeah, we already told you that. That's what all that wood is for, right there. So we're going to extend the deck out there to put that pergola on top. So I got a persimmon tree right here. And there's another, we planted an oak tree a little bit further down there. And there's the other persimmon tree. Oh yeah, there's 3 other oak trees hiding around it. Kind of help knock some of the wind off of it. It's going, but it's not nearly as windy right now. But that was just a quick update. It's probably not a quick update because we've been rambling for a little bit. But we'll see you on the next one, guys. Hope you're having a great evening and enjoy. Talk to you soon. Love you. See you. Bye.